What is going on, everybody? PHX here. Thank you for stopping by, and in today's video we are going to be going over some tips and tricks on how to do the micro league. I'm going to show you the build that I use specifically to accomplish all of the missions, do the Hostiles Blood and the Black Tusk Elite Eliminated challenges, and give you some pointers on where to go ahead and do that Elite challenge for the Black Tusk, because I know that is going to be an issue for a lot of people. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the build portion of this video. So for the build, we are running the gunner specialization, and as you can see, hold on, let me change this out real quick. There we go. Okay, so now again, we are running the gunner specialization class. This is because I am not using the Banshee pulls, but I am benefiting from the 10%, I believe it's 10% armor on kill, because within the build, you'll see that there is a little bit more armor on kill as well, especially when using a weapon such as the backfire. So for the primary, we are using the backfire, and I'm going to show you exactly how to go about to mitigating that bleed damage, because you will need at least that 8% mitigation, so that the bleed does not proc onto you. But with this, as you can see, it is not proficient by all means. It is at proficiency rank 6, so I have been using it throughout the whole entire micro league itself, but it is a god roll, so we do have 50% SMG damage, 21% crit chance, and then 12% magazine size. And then we have the payment in kind. Dealing damage will add plus 1% critical hit damage up to 200, so you'll get 200% critical hit damage for lasting for 10 seconds. And then on reload, apply a 10-second bleed to yourself. But the higher your bleed resistance, the higher your hazard protection, the lower this number will go, to the point where it is actually non-existent for you. But if you don't have anything to mitigate this, it will deal 0.5% armor damage per stack. For your secondary, you can run whatever you want. I am running an L86 LMG. This is because I was using a different build about a week ago, just trying to test things out, and it actually fared pretty well. So might go ahead and post that. I just had to see if there's anything else I need to do specifically for the L86 build. And then for the sidearm, run whatever you really want to run. I'm just running the Orbit or the 586. Yeah, nothing too fancy there. So now for the actual gear itself, the nitty gritty of all this, we are running a piece of Y'all gear, because the Y'all gear, one piece of it will provide you with hazard protection at 10%. I am running the Hollow Man. I know that there is a piece of Y'all gear actually available at one of the vendors. I think it's in New York City. So if you don't have any Y'all gear because you don't go into the dark zone, I would recommend, if you want to run this build this specific way, you go there, pick up a piece of Y'all gear, and you'll get your 10% hazard protection. So for this, we are running 50% weapon damage. We do have 10% health damage, and then we are running 8.9% hazard protection along with 9.1% bleed resistance mod. For the chest piece, because there are the Hostiles Blood challenge, we are running Ridgeway's Pride, and because we're so close, using the talent Bleeding Edge, shooting enemies within a 15 meter applies bleed to the target. And then repairing 3 to 48% of your armor per second for every enemy that is bleeding within 15 meters. Repair strength per number of bleeding enemies. So you'll go for 1, it's 3%, 2 for 6, 3 for 12, 4 for 24, and then 5 for 48. This is a DPS specific piece of gear, so we do have 50% weapon damage, crit chance at 6%, 11.3% critical hit damage, and then 9.7% bleed resistance mod. For the holster, we are running the Seska holster. This is because when you are running 2-piece, you will get that hazard protection as well, along with critical hit chance. So we are running 14.6% weapon damage, 5.8% critical hit chance, and then we rolled hazard protection for 10%. For the backpack, this is the second piece of the Seska. So we do have 9.9% weapon damage, 6.7% headshot damage, 10% hazard protection, and then unstoppable force. Killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 5 times for a total of 25%. 15 seconds is long enough for you to deal enough firepower to your NPCs. And because the missions aren't really that all challenging, you'll have no problem laying down some DPS when using this build. Next, we are running 2-piece using a Getica. This is because of the total armor, 5%, and then the armor on kill, 10%. This is a god rolled blue core, so we got 170 armor, we got 10% hazard protection, and then you can run whatever you really want to run here, so a crit chance or a crit damage, whatever you fancy. I just never changed this, so the explosive resistance is really non-existent. And then lastly, we do have the using to get a good knee pads, 50% weapon damage, hazard protection at 10%, and then 9.3% critical hit damage as well. We are running the shield, so if you are skilled enough to not use the shield and you want to run this type of build with the SMG, by all means go ahead and run whatever you want to run in your skill area. And then we are running the Reviver Hive as well. So nothing too fancy there, run whatever it is you want to run, but this is the build that I used for the Micro League. There is a different variant that I also used. I did use a 4-piece Umber Initiative, rolled hazard protection and an armor on kill for the mod for all of the pieces I was able to, and it actually fared pretty well. It did its job. We'll go over the times for each of the missions that I did, and I'll tell you which ones I used for this build specifically, and then which ones I used for the Umber Initiative specifically. So let's go ahead and we'll jump right over to the Micro League challenges. So now for Grand Washington, very easy to do, very simple, beat it in under 12 minutes. My week best is 8:41. That was using the Umber Initiative build that I just showed you. American History Museum, beat it under 7 minutes. You have to beat it under 14. This was using the build that I currently have right now that I just went over with you guys. Wall Street, beat it in under 18 minutes. Did it at 11. This was using Umber Initiative. And then the District Union Arena, beat it in 11:14, under 25, using Umber Initiative as well. Hostiles Bled, I still was using Ridgeway's Pride at the time, so a lot of the, actually all of the Hostiles Bled, all 500 of them were from using just Ridgeway's Pride alone. I know a lot of people are using Ongoing Directive. They're speccing it out with the Stinger Hive. They're speccing it out with the hollow point ammo that you get from Ongoing Directive. I know they're using Eclipse Protocol as well, so just do whatever it is that you want to do. 500 enemies is a lot of enemies, but it's not impossible. It is a little time consuming, but it's nothing too crazy. So now for the Black Tusk Elite Eliminated, because I know this is going to be a challenge for a lot of people, because the Black Tusk aren't really like specific, maybe for a couple missions like Tidal Basin or the Pentagon, but for this specifically, the best way I found in doing the Black Tusk Elite Eliminated was just going over to the raid, the Dark Hours raid here, open up Dark Hours raid, head down, do discovery, create the raid, hold to accept it, and then start the raid, go in there solo, and eliminate all 250 elites. It is not hard by any means. The discovery NPCs are skilled, I think, either normal, if not challenging, and you can run through the first half of it, like on the tarmac, very easily. I'll leave some gameplay footage for you guys to take a look at, just so that you can see how I did it. And then when you're in the first area, there's 2 elite enemies that just keep spawning back and forth without having to trigger the first boss. So if you just do that, that'll take you less than 30 minutes to do if you're efficient enough at it, and you'll get the Black Tusk Elite eliminated very, very quickly. But other than that, guys, I mean, that is pretty much it for the Micro League. Very simple to do, very easy to do. The only challenge is doing those 250 elite Black Tusk kills. But just like what I just stated, go into discovery mode on Dark Hours raid, and you'll see from the gameplay footage I'll leave up after all this that of how these enemies just spawn. It's very simple to do, very easy. You will not have a problem with it. You go in there with a team, you guys can knock it out in less than like 10 minutes. Very simple. But other than that, guys, that is it. That is all I have. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. Definitely leave a like if you found this video helpful. And let me know what else you guys would like to see. Other than that, guys, that's all I have for you. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you guys around next time. Take care.
System disrupted. System back online. unusual energy signature detected.
I've never seen readings like this. Looks like it's coming from the terminal. Get in there and see if you can pinpoint the source. Some kind of high-tech defensive system. See if you can put it out of commission.